Okay, so Winota here, Joiner of Forces, still a pretty powerful card that's legal in this format. Whenever a non-human creature you control attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a human creature from among them onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking, gains indestructible until the end of turn. So, other good, powerful hits for Winota right now in the format. There's nothing game-breaking like what we saw in Historic or like with Agent of Treachery with this card, but you can just get good value, proactive attacking creatures with this card out. So we've got Brassy's Lieutenant here is probably the best of the things you can hit. This is a 3/4 Vigilance protection from multicolored, but it's a 1/1 counter on something when it comes into play. And then whenever something with a 1/1 counter on it dies, you get a 2/2 Knight with Vigilance. And then we've got some Kenrith here at the top end of our curve is just like a chunky 5/5 that has some reasonable activations. We've got Mardu colored mana in our mana base. This can even revive Winota in the long term, which is great. One of the big things we gain from being in the Mardu colors with Winota as opposed to others is that curving Woe Strider into Winota is very reasonable because Woe Strider plus the goat that it creates means that this is one card that gives us 2 bodies to trigger Winota with on turn 4. So just like this on 3 into this on 4 means we get to attack and get two 4/1s, which is nice, or get two triggers off of this, which is great. Skyclave Shade's another great card that we get for being in black. It's a very resilient threat. Because we're in black and red, I think you want to play some Valki in most things. Not only this is a non-human to trigger Winota, but it gives us some top end in the late game to hit. Another kind of cute thing here, hiding down in the mana base here, is we've got 3 Blackbloom Rogue, which is like not a really impressive card, but this is another human that kind of increases the density of Winota hits past just these few that we have up here. So I'd much rather hit something like this that's kind of mediocre rather than miss completely. Yeah, Haktos is technically legal, but Haktos is a card that's not super conducive to casting when you have a 3rd color with these pathways. So remember, if you're playing pathways on black, that means you're not going to be able to play Haktos off of those lands. So the white, red casting cost on him is really rather prohibitive. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see how it goes. Christopher, Riven, and Blue Jade, thanks for the follows. Talahedon, thanks for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. Is this how I get a Mardu Mutate build around? It is. I don't know that we'll be competitive against Brazen Borrower, but I am willing to give that a try. Thank you for the support, Some. I am going to be taking, so we had a few standard donation decks today. With Uro being unbanned, I am taking tomorrow as a historic day. So the donation decks we've had for standard, those will be up starting on Wednesday. So assuming historic is reasonable and fun, I'm going to do a mix of historic and standard for my Magic streams during the week. Well, mix and match depending on what I'm enjoying in terms of formats and what I want to try out and work on. Core Explosion, thanks for the follow. So if you haven't seen the draw screen before, it says click to continue here at the bottom, but that's a lie. You have to actually restart your client because it's hard locked. Banned historic cards. I'm gonna give you the best piece of life advice you've ever gotten, Whiskey Dingo. Delete your Reddit account. Autumn Lily. I would bet that they're streaming. Maybe. They often stream. They are, sweet. Yeah, so if you want to watch this match from both sides, feel free to pull up Autumn's channel as well. As always, do not post contents of their hand into my chat or you will be subsequently removed. The cards that were banned were already banned in Standard, so you're not getting a second refund for the same set of cards. So it feels like they're playing white aggro, so I think that means I want to hold on to this for later to step on something. Uro is banned in Standard, Claire. So they're not going to give you an additional wild card for a card that was Winota a good draw? If so, why? Can someone in chat please explain? I don't want all three of them at once. Come on now. Man, that was stacked set of hits there. Above average turn 4. Above average turn 4. Alright, so Skyclave Apparition is probably great. Heartless Act is great. Shieldbreaker sounds great. Maybe Giant Killer is good. Valki actually sounds a little bit slow here. Turn 4 lethal, what are we, a cleave deck? Asking the real questions. We're not doing better than that, shut it down. Big mood. Big mood. Skyclave Shade seems a little bit mediocre here. I don't know if that's trimming too many things for this. Could be. We're on the draw. Can I cut a land on the draw? Is that greedy? It's probably greedy. Blackbloom Rogue. We've peaked. The updated wording for Cascade, Berto, says the card that you cast also has to be less mana than your Cascade spell. So it's not just checking when you're exiling cards off your deck, it's also checking the cost when you cast the spell to put it on the stack. So you can technically still cascade into it and then cast the backside, but you'd have to have an 8 mana cascade spell. So you can still cast the backside of a flip spell off a cascade, but only if that backside is also cheaper. Yeah, it checks the CMC twice now is exactly correct. So, like, this hand's a little land heavy, but this is a 2 and a 3 play. So our hand technically goes 2, 3, 4, which is nice. That rewording also impacts what cards? It does not. It's purely a change to the cascade mechanic. Step on this. Yeah, everything else that worked with Cascade previously still works. Does Autumn play on the US servers? It's really adorable that you think Magic Arena has multiple servers. There's one server and the hamster is very tired. Poor Hammy. That is correct, Mean Bean. I'm pretty sure actually, Judge, their changelings are all creatures in the deck, right? I'm pretty sure that's the case. They definitely don't trigger Winota when they attack. But I'm pretty sure you can pull them out of their deck. What are spells? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Whoa, 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 my 4/4. I mean, the vanilla 4/4 is like kind of fine on this board, right? I'm gonna trade my vanilla 4/4 for Selfless Savior. Oh. Sure. Oh, they want Halvar. Oh, wait, what? The fuck does this card do? Alright, I think we've died. Nah, it's fine, right? It's fine. We were taking the 1/1 counter off their creature, chat. I knew exactly what was going on. I was testing you. Mono White was one of the most successful archetypes in the tournaments this weekend. Alright, I think we're dead here at this point. I think with their protection spells just on the zero outer. Well, I guess I could technically block, huh? I'm at 6. Maybe the Bonecrusher means we live. Alright, let's YOLO it in, huh? I think I want a Winota on defense here, right? Oh, right, and that's first strike. Yeah, we're pretty dead here. Do we really have other lines? I should have tapped to leave Kenrith the ability to gain life, though. No, his gain life costs 3. I think I'm happy with how I board him. Kaldheim was a very wordy set. You are not wrong. I technically don't have any red spells in here, right? Back in my day, all equipment not named Ginny or Sword of X and Y were trash. I actually really like the direction they've taken with a lot of the equipment in recent sets. I think the Maul of the Skyclaves feels like it's like a really good, like pretty perfect example of a playable equipment card that's reasonable. I don't think I'm Stonecoiling Serpenting on one. There's like Plains Pass here. I don't think that's an unreasonable position to have it all said. And we'll play this for 2 here, so it gets to block their Dorkas. Build the curve a little bit. Yeah, I agree, J-Ray. Poke you. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Alright, so there's a red source for later. I think we just Woe Strider here, so that way if we peel Winota like a professional next turn, we can slam her down. I don't think I want to trade Stonecoil for Selfless Savior here. Because if I attack, they'll block with their 2/2 and then sack their pup. Kick. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. This is gonna eat the Woe Strider, I imagine. Crack in for 3 here. Then I have to ask myself, do I want to Skyclave? Do I want to Skyclave this or this? Their board's like pretty mediocre if I take the Luminarch Aspirant away, right? I think that's the play. If I had a Winota, perhaps it would be good to get this back, but... Being the last card's like a little scary, but like I've got some okay pressure of my own here. I wonder if they're gonna hang back on defense or not. They are. Do I need double black for anything? Escaping Woe Strider is double black. I could theoretically use double red for draw Embereth and then adventure and play it in the same turn, though. Probably doesn't matter. Bonecrusher as well is another one for red. Yeah, that's true. Get the pup out here. Got ourselves a stalemate until they draw a breaker or I do. I've got Winota, they've got more equipment. Oh, this gives them vigilance, right? Interesting that they went for vigilance versus just double striking me down. They could have cracked me for 8 this turn. I guess I am at 12 and I have the jump blocker. Yeah, it seems to make sense. This lets them play offense while simultaneously playing defense. And then next turn we'll get to go, chop this down to kill the dog, and then play this as a tapper. And we'll be able to start getting in, which is nice. The artwork on this sword is so beautiful. Oh, if they equip to the dog, they get endless indestructible, right? That's what they're tanking on here. Okay, yeah, that's sweet. Bonsetti, thanks for the 25 months. Welcome back. That makes sense. I didn't think about that aspect of it. Yeah, that being said, I think we want to just, I think we want to get this down as a tapper anyways, so I don't have anything else to do with my mana this turn, so I might as well do this and make them sack the dog. So I'm gonna play it out to something to diddle the Usher anyways. Yeah, it's three. It's 4 mana repeatable indestructible, right? No, 3 technically. Play it, equip it. Yeah, 3, you're right. So we're definitely ahead at the moment, but they're not out of it by any means. No, this has first strike. The maul gives first strike, Valki. So if I attack, they just block it. They don't have to do anything. Maul gives flying and first strike. Now they have to decide: do they want to equip the sword, or do they want to hold up Faceless Save in? You got dog to offer. Okay, yeah, maybe that's fine. They could be thinking about putting the Vigilance on the Usher and then attacking and then boasting. There's definitely a line they have available to them. They can also attack, boast, and then, they can attack, boast, and then equip this to the dog. Is what we could see here. That's a spell. I think I pass here. Do I? That's gotta be wrong. Yeah, I could stop in response to a re-equip. The problem with that is I lose this. I think I'm just passing. Or it's gonna be like diddling this in. Yeah, I don't know. I might be right to push here. This does have vigilance, that's fair. So that's a free push unless they want to trade. I guess, like, I don't know. I don't even know if that's a free trade, right? Because like they get to, if I attack with this and they double block, they're like trading their 1/1 for this and a little bit of tempo. Annie, thanks for the 15 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Play move them all. How do you feel about stepping on this now? I think I'm into stepping on the Usher. And then if they want to use Selfless Savior to save this, I can tap their only blocker and crack them for a bunch next turn. Like, they get their dog back and keep this, but then I can tap this, hit them for a bunch, and play Bonecrusher next turn. That's huge. What am I killing? Is it the sword? The sword doesn't make their... I guess it makes them a little bigger. Yeah, I guess with the giant killer, the maul doesn't really matter, huh? Sword stops the dog from playing fetch. That's a good way to put it. It feels like this draw puts us in the driver's seat. And this doesn't really matter because their hand is mostly empty at this point. It's just a 3-1 for 2. PST, thanks for the 11 months. Good morning and welcome back. And at this point, I think we do like I did this last turn cycle, where we end step, diddle something with the giant killer, and then we can untap diddle something again on our turn to effectively remove 2 blockers here. Yeah, if we peel Winota at any point, the game just likely ends on the spot, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triggers on her. Which means we get Kenrith, which means we get to do lots of stuff. The next hoot still being planned for after Strixhaven's release. Maybe. We might do something before then. We might do something before then. They've had Haven up at every point, AJ Crane. At no point was Haven not active. They had Haven up last turn too. Stop it. Here's Kenny. I can't play and haste and tap something here. Is he lethal? This gives us trample? This might be lethal. Trample seems pretty math, but good thing it's for blockers, ain't that the truth? It could be right to attack with these two. I don't know, I'm probably sacrificing Selfless Savior to save something. And remember, if we keep Kenrith alive, whatever they kill, we can bring back with him next turn for 5 mana. Yeah, I guess we can count, right? We have 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. They have 4, 5, 6. So they're at 17 and we have 19. So even without these attacks, we would have been at 20. We would have had 21 if we attacked with everything. But yeah, it looks like they're dead here if this card doesn't do something. They could have, there's the 2 mana deal damage to target creature equal to the amount of things you control, but Selfless Savior means that we beat that, right? Yeah. So, 2 games where we each ran each other over, and then the 3rd game where we had some back and forth there. Yeah, Cabrera takedown is the one I was thinking of. Box, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel today. Yeah, good. This game, like the white aggro decks in general, tend to generate a lot of good games of Magic. A lot of decisions, a lot of combat mattering with the white aggro decks, which is one of the reasons why I like to see them around frequently. It's fine, not amazing, but fine. Hey, Jared. My favorite D&D class, Bard. So I just cast Bonecrusher Giant for 3 mana here. And then double trigger Winota next turn. I think that's the play, right? Not a bad turn 4. Not quite as good as the one we had versus Autumn, but above average. Wow, they don't want to discard a card to gain life here. That's surprising. Yeah, Winota makes the things that come into play indestructible till end of turn. Not that it really mattered with this particular attack, but it's often relevant, yeah. I forgot to update my stream title when we switched to Mardu Winota. So mad at this. CG Sake Bomb. Thanks for the follow. If I step on this, this attack's probably lethal, right? This taps it when they discard a card. Oh no, I forgot to play my red source. I can't give trample. Rats. Honestly, with this white aggro deck running around, I might want some more shield breakers, or I might just want some shredded sails on top of this. It's probably the answer. Did this last time. How I sideboarded seems fine. Shredded sails is actually incredibly good against the opponent's archetype because, like, they have these miscellaneous flyers that it kills in addition to killing random artifacts that you want to get rid of. I mean, I don't know that I would classify our deck as a mid-range deck, but I agree that white aggro in general is good for mid-range. Our deck's like aggro combo is what I would classify us as. Someone asking us, Winota put up good turn results. It is not. It could be an okay deck to play if you're looking to catch some people off guard. I think I mulligan this because of the lands. The spells are okay there, but the lands really suck. This is fine. Full bottom Stonecoil Serpent. It seems like a less consistent aggro deck. Can you explain to me why you feel what we're doing is less consistent than Ember Cleaving people. We just have a different kind of payoff, right? So we'll step on the Aspirant, which kills the Savior, but we want to hit the Aspirant so that way my Bonecrusher Giant gets to go on its adventure still. Once this gets itself big enough, we'll be able to Giant Killer it, so that's nice. Rough. I guess I can Heartless Act this turn. And go Selfless Savior of my own plus Heartless Act the Bounty. And then next turn we can chop down the Aspirant. Wonder if we'll see them like fire up the Faceless Save in here. And like target it with Aspirant. We can see that plays around chop down. They haven't seen that out of us yet, but it's not unreasonable to assume it's a card we're playing. Repeating the Chip Ball Trickery combo deck in Standard, it's fine. It's like not a big deal in the slightest. Magic almost always has those kind of high rolly decks in it. If you don't want to play against those types of decks, don't play Magic. I mean, do we have mediocre creatures? Which of our creatures are bad? I guess Stonecoil Serpent's not amazing. Brassy Lieutenant's like a pretty playable card in general. This isn't strictly amazing, but at the same time, it's a land. Bonecrusher Giant's just a good card. Woe Strider's a fine card. This isn't a creature, this is a land. This is when this is a spell, that means you're flooded. I'd actually argue getting to play a card like this that's a threat land split card is an upside to playing this deck. It's very, very similar to Faceless Savior. Only we don't have to be monocolored. Woe Strider's a generically good creature. Yeah, I will give you that Stonecoil Serpent isn't great, and I would not be surprised if we should cut that for another good card. I was looking at Winota deck lists that other people had posted online, and most of them were playing that card, so I decided to play it, but I agree with you that it's not very good. It's like okay curve filler, I guess. But I feel like I'd rather just play something else. Have I started playing Bloodborne yet? No, Wednesday's gonna be the first day, Josh. We finished God of War on Friday. Hey, thanks for the 28 months, Beer Guard. Welcome back. This is a weird attack. They must have something to play as a follow-up here, right? Otherwise they would use this to tap my thing in a turn. That's normal. They've been hurt. This card seems really bad. The fact that it doesn't stop Ultimatum, seems super mediocre. I think I'm playing this as a 4/4. No, it'll be the first kidney. And if they want to tap this, I get to tap Faceless Haven with Giant Killer. It does stop the Teamer one, you're not wrong. It turns Teamer Ultimatum into just a draw 5. I mean, if they're going to offer a trade here, I'm going to take one, I think. It's a little scary. I don't want them to be able to diddle one of my creatures on my turn. So we'll diddle before they diddle. Hey, diddle diddle. The cat and the fiddle. The giant killer tapped over the moon. Huh? Man, the stupid life bounty means that they can counter... my Bonecrusher Giant. I think that means I'm just passing for now. Hopefully get them to use this up before I do anything. Bonecrusher beats protecting. Yeah, but if they give this protection from red, it counters my Bonecrusher. So I understand how the game works. What difficulty was God of War on? The middle one? Hey, Midway Monster, thank you for the 23 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Gonna continue tapping their tapper. Yo, dog. Ooh, that's a really good draw. Wait, doesn't give itself a counter? Yeah, that's totally the play. This play could induce them to use the Life's Bounty, which makes the Bonecrusher Giant better. Yeah, it's a 4-mana 4/5 with upside. Yeah, that's exactly correct. So, Bonecrusher spell side means that damage can't be prevented, but it doesn't stop the part of protection which says this thing can't be targeted by this other thing. So that's the part of Bonecrusher that gets beat by bounty. If I go to stomp any of their stuff, they give the thing I'm targeting protection from red, and protection from red says can't be targeted by red spells, which would counter this. That means they have a board breaker now too. Do they have a full party? Cleric, warrior, peasant, nymph. Nymphs do like to party. Is this gonna be their life's bounty turn? They finally pull the trigger on that. That would be very good for us with this Bonecrusher Giant. Just like lying in wait. Nope, just got cold feet. Animated and then chickened out. They're scared, chat. We put the fear in them. Their dojo contains fear. Ooh, ooh. Red Rover, let Hollowblade come over. What if I use Giant Killer to bonk the Hollowed Blade and then attack with everything here? Does that end up getting me killed? I'm gonna go for it and see what they do. With the Stomp to kill something and the Bonecrusher Giant as a blocker afterwards. Seems like we could be okay here. Are we done on the backswing? Brassy has Vigilance, and I can play Bonecrusher as another blocker. We could die in the backswing here. I'm at 5. If any of my things with 1/1 counters die on them, Brassy's Lieutenant makes 2/2s, which is nice. Dachta, thank you for the 14 months. Really appreciate the prime. So these blocks leave us a little bit sad. So I think the play here is step on the Aspirant. Because this means the damage can't be prevented clause will kill the Seasoned Hollowed Blade unless they discard their card from hand. I think I just pass here, right? Because if I pass here, I get 2 2/2s and the Seasoned Hallowed Blade dies. I wonder if they realized the Hallowed Blade was dying there. Blackbloom Rogue hitting its hidden text box there, putting the 8th card in the bin there too is huge. Sweet. Climbing on up the ladder. This deck seems sweet. There's so many good decks in this format. Standard format's really been a treat. Rusty Dashio and Blade You Go, thanks for the follows. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. Yeah, seems fine. What it is representing rogues, can also be cycling, I suppose. Oh, they're black-red. They're black-red. Okay. Well, the fact that they're black-red means I'm going to play Valki here, because if they have another Croxa, we get to take their Croxa here. Tilt. Tribordial, thank you for subbing for the 2nd month in a row. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Morning, good morning. Good afternoon, whatever time of day it is. We're out of lands here, so let's go ahead and play this while we've got it. Del the Creator, thanks for following the channel. Oh, I guess this does play right into Shatter Skull, doesn't it? That's probably fine though, right? This one just comes back again. Practice makes perfect. To be fair, the board state was really complicated at the end there. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Interesting. Destroy a creature for mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Destroy target creature for mana cost 3 or less. I think I'm just playing Brassy here and giving itself a counter. We're ahead on board right now, and this way if they want to Blood Chiefs to kill my Lieutenant, I get a 2/2 left over afterwards. They spend most of their mana to do so. We're still 2 cards off of escaping Croxa, which is nice. They can Luris and play Croxa, but then I just discard my other Woe Strider, and then I get to Stomp Luris next turn. That's my best draw, an untapped red source. I can Stomp plus play Bonecrusher Giant though. It's probably accurate. Do I care if they play Croxa again next turn? I don't think I do, right? I think I want to just get this trigger. It could have been better. It's still a pretty big hit, right? They don't trade Luris off here. They take 9 down to 6. And if they They want to kick this Blood Chief's Thirst to kill Winota. It takes 4 of their 5 or 6 mana, which is quite a bit as well. And like, them playing Crocs again for the bin doesn't really accomplish much. What's going on, Top Deck? Yeah, we've been playing Magic since the... You must have been away for a bit. We're like into week 3 of doing Magic content daily again. Welcome back to Hooglandia. Yeah. Yeah, the Kaldheim release has been really good. Easily the best Magic standard format has been since like late 2018. Kill my Winota or my Skyclave Shade here, like what's the deal? My Winota. To put some lanterns in the bin. Skyclave Apparition sounds lovely. Valki sounds great against their Croxa deck. I think I'm just trimming the Stonecoil Serpents against any mid-range deck. They're a pretty mediocre stat line. Still want to cut here. I feel like these are pretty good. If we're going to be grinding a little bit. I think all of these are uncuttable. Pretty sure this is uncuttable. Trim a Blackbloom Rogue. Need one more cut down here. It's just Bonecrusher Giant. They showed us they can't have Woe Strider. It kills Duress though. This and this make Duress worse as well. Fault someone for mulliganing this, I don't think, but mulliganing against Croxa decks in general tends to kind of suck. Because you want to have as many cards in hand to be able to discard. Skyclave Shade here is a stellar draw. It lets us fill the curve, and it gives us something to discard to their Titan if they have it. Rude. That's very rude, opponent. The second Skyclave Shade's also kind of an okay draw too, because it means like I played this one out, so like they're gonna be like, yeah, okay, I'll play Croxa if I have it, and then we have another Shade to bin to it now, which is just lovely. Just like we drew it up, fam. You love to see it. Oh no! Don't kill my Shade! Blue-white gonna get played today or tomorrow. Not till Wednesday, Alistair Stone. Tomorrow's gonna be Historic Day, and this is our last Magic deck of the day. Doing 2 to 3 per day. Giving myself longer sessions with the Magic decks. I think I'm gonna upload a YouTube clip of just the ban list review because people want it, but like I don't really know what people want me to say. Like, again, like the stuff they banned is just like shit that should have been banned decades ago. In some cases, like Simeon Spirit Guy, like I guess I'm glad they finally did it, but like I don't really know if there's anything much to say other than that. I'm glad we accomplished the bare minimum. We did it. Yeah, I'm sure people that play Magic Online have thoughts and are excited about it, but I'm not a Magic Online streamer anymore. Yeah, I wish they would have done more in Historic, I guess. I guess that's an opinion. That's an actual opinion. I mean, to validate the opinions of people who play formats like that, like, there's something to be said about how cards like Simian Spirit Guide have been legal for a decade and a half, and like, you know, they're not now they're finally gonna ban it. This was the breaking point. I think we've died, chat. I guess I could hit a removal spell for the Croxa here, but this gets to turn into Kenrith and mess us up. I'll take the next game on the plate. It's supposed to be a Heartless Act matchup. Nah, I've got this and this to deal with, Croxa. Mana really sucks in that hand. It's fine. Not amazing, but fine. We're gonna fetch Swamp on one here so we can Valki on two to potentially punk them out with their own Croxa since we're on the play. If they have a Croxa and we get to take it and they can't kill Valki, we get to attack with Croxa on turn 3. This is pretty good. He sits on a throne of lies, chat. You sit on a throne of lies. Alright, no Croxa, and this is very dead anyways. I think you are greatly overestimating the volume of data that they get from paper tournaments, Beacon. I think sources like Magic Online and Arena generate way more readily available information than anything else. It's not, I would assume that it's not particularly close. Definitely drawing a card with one of these Soul Guide Lanterns. Probably holding the other one for stopping graveyard shenanigans. I guess a 2/2 is better than this 2/1 with Death Touch if I draw something else later. And if they want to spend a Heartless Act on this, that's probably a W for me. They spend a Heartless Act here that's not a Heartless Act that doesn't kill like my Lieutenant when it comes into play later. I'd heavily discourage you from trying to logic or reason your way out of their stuff. In fact, I'm going to ask that you stop doing that in chat, because I'm just like wondering why isn't going to get you anywhere. Just play the game with the rules that they give you. Am I playing this as a land and working up to this? I think I am. Could go either way on that, though. So they are one card off of Escaping Uro here still. Kroxa, so I can hang out for a second. This is free to activate, so there's really no reason to do it proactively. I don't know if we'll see him just draw the Lurrus here. You've got a Shadow Spear. Punished. Oh, did I mess up? Was I supposed to take their Lurrus last turn? I was so focused. I was so focused on like getting to this as the thing, and we were only 1 mana off. Yeah, I think I messed that up. I think I was supposed to take their Lurrus there. Yeah, Lurrus would have let me recast a Lantern's exactly correct. Yeah, so this game was super winnable, right? Like if I take their Lurrus, I could have cast a Lantern from the graveyard again there and exiled a Kroxa. God, we'd have won by so much. All right, might still win depending on what their hand looks like. This is a really good draw. Alright, this is not a Heartless Act. The Blood Chief's Thirst. Hagra Mauling, sure. Alright, I think I need to hope they don't have a removal spell and hold this back. I don't think I can take another 3 at this point. There's some pretty good top decks for us. They're a Lurrus deck, so they literally can't be playing Bonecrusher Giant. Well, that was the best draw in my deck, right? Yeah, I should probably take the Lurrus now. That's a good call. I should have done this during their draw step is when I should have done it. Ooh, we're gonna have a game here. They get to escape Kroxa this turn. This land gives them this land plus this discard. Lets them escape Kroxa. Oh, I have this though, right? I have this for this. No, they have a Fabled Passage in hand. I block this with this and then sack to protect it, right? Or do I want to save that? I probably want to protect Kenrith, right? I'm going to 5 this turn if I take, or going to 4, I take 2 plus 3. Oh, Shadow Spear stops indestructibility. It does. Good call. Kenrith does gain a ton of life. You're not wrong. Hey, Ghosty, thank you for the entire year of support. I appreciate the prime. Welcome back. Yeah, Kenrith unchecked is easily game winning. Draws cards, gains us life. Next turn. So we're not going to die this turn, it looks like. And then next turn, we're going to get to gain 10 with Kenrith. And gaining 10 with Kenrith should just put the game firmly out of reach for the opponent. Yeah, I will. Good. Hey, Juizy, thank you for the 2-month resub. Really appreciate that. Welcome back. Good afternoon. Storm's Wrath is cute, except for the fact that, you know, I get to reanimate Valki and take their Lurrus again. Man, Selfless Savior is such a good boy. Sure, 5-mana Mire Triton. Ambrosius Strix, thank you for the third of year. Welcome back. Bolt plus draw card. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't really help them, right? They need to draw something useful. All right, that play. Selfless Savior, the Messenger. Easily Selfless Savior. You get to put Selfless Savior in your deck. Pretty sure we're just playing lands at this point, because Kenrith is Kenrith. So I went up to 9 here. I think at this point, the line is reanimate Skyclave, so that way we can exile the Shadow Spear, so we can, maybe I was supposed to Winota this turn. I don't know. I like making it so they can't get rid of my Indestruct, but I don't think we can win. I don't think we can lose if we get rid of that. Jeskai Lurrus with Seasoned Hollowed Blade. Yeah, I can see that. And deck wanted one more good sticky threat. Yeah, like there's a Haggara Mauling they just drew, right? But like it doesn't matter. Because we killed their thing that takes her indestructible away. Wow, could we lose to that? Huh. Maybe I was just supposed to get 4 Winota triggers last turn, huh? That's pretty good. Yeah, we have a game now. Does Lurrus do anything useful here? Let's just cantrip every turn. Let's just keep their graveyard small. Let's just recast these. Definitely gotta kill that, right? I think I need to keep the other good boy in play here, so that way... I think I give them a 1-1. But I keep this one in play to keep my Lurrus around. Yeah, they can reanimate with Kenrith, but I have an endless flow of Soul Guide Lanterns. They can haste and reanimate here. Or are they gonna take my good boy out of my bin? Oh, they're taking my shade, sure. Sure. Yeah, this match has been a good example of, like, just how many excellent things are going on in the standard format right now. You cast the flip side of Valki with Lurrus. You cannot. If you cast an X spell with Lurrus, no spell you cast with Lurrus can have a converted mana cost greater than 2. Today, chat, my opponent is going to learn a valuable lesson in reading comprehension. Listen, chat, I only know how that card works because I've done exactly what my opponent just did plenty of times before, so, you know. Magic's tough, there's a lot of words. A lot of words on a lot of cards. Fekarax, thank you for the 13 months, I appreciate that. Welcome back. For keeping me around. For people that missed what happened, Kenrith can target creatures in any graveyard, but he puts it into play under the owner's control. Because I'm pretty sure this was designed as a 5-color, like, group hug-ish commander card. All of its effects are target player. So they're naming odd here, right? Because it gives them their Luris back. Punished for not Soul Guide Lancerning last turn. Gosh, and we still have a game here. There's been crazy top decks on both sides. They have Mire Tritons in their bin still. Should I sack my Saviors? It doesn't matter. That literally doesn't matter, chat. Both my Kenriths are gone. I think we're dead. Wait, really? Okay. Can we draw Winota next turn? I'm gonna hold on to this in case they kill my Skyclave Shade. They still have like 2 Croxes in their deck too, right? Oh no, that's gonna win them the game. Oh no. We do have a few looks at Winota here. Yeah, what a silly game. We've only had one Winota in 30 cards, right? Yeah, I think the turn I brought back a second Skyclave and I could have brought back Winota was definitely a mistake. Yep. That's aggressive. Beep, beep. Toot, toot. Well. Are we going to be a rank 1 gamer? Are they gonna die because they castled? Here's hoping. I mean, if they hadn't castled, they wouldn't have had the Archfiend's Vessel, right? Ivan, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. So we sack the Winota here, so they don't lifelink, and then they're gaining 1 and they take 6. Sick. What a just insane game. All right, we're gonna play at least one more match of this deck. I need to run to the restroom really quick though. We'll be back in just a second. Scapegoat, and Wes Jones. Thanks for the follows this afternoon. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Great to see over 1,500 people in here. If you're new to the channel, I do doing magic stuff almost every single day now. Lots of pretty much all constructed standard. We're gonna dip back into historic tomorrow with the Uro ban. Here Monday through Friday and sometimes on the weekends too. Sure, it needs to draw some lands, but if it does, it's very good. Raizuaki, good afternoon. That is not what we wanted for Christmas. Alright, if we get running untapped lands here, we're in a good spot. If we brick, we're probably dead. Did or will I finish the draft at one point? Probably not. I played like a game and a half of draft and was reminded why I don't play limited. Yes, Lampton. I will definitely build blue-white control and historic for tomorrow. I would love to. That sounds lovely. I'm doing good. Doing good, Raboro. The thing about limited that I don't particularly enjoy personally is that most of the skill in playing games of limited comes from things outside of gameplay. The actual in-game micro decisions tend to be a little bit few and far between. And that's not to say they're non-existent, but the place you leverage the most skill in that format is definitely like deck building, sideboarding, how you draft, how you build your pool, etc. And I think that actually it gives us 3 different historic decks for tomorrow to play for the first day. Lovely. Bink bonk bonk. Opponent forgot to play their land out ahead of time and missed a Robber of the Rich trigger here. I actually think even if we draw land here, we're not playing Winota yet. I'm pretty sure I want to Skyclave their Skyclave. And then if we hit the land for Winota, we get to get 4 triggers with it, which is likely lethal. Well, I guess it's also worth noting there's a bunch of humans in our hand, which is awkward. Yeah, we put 5 power into play with the Skyclave Apparition. We dodge a cleave, we can dodge a ball. Great, just maul and not cleave. Okay, they cleared a non-land for us. Untapped land, please. That is indestructible. It does not work like protection. They only have to assign damage equal to its toughness once. I think we're dead, right? Because they have a 4/4 in the air, and I don't think they have to block enough stuff. We only have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 damage here. The opponent should block nothing and then kill us on the backswing. We're gonna take a second to learn about their ability to do math. Yeah, opponent played well. We need to hit our land 1 turn sooner. Hey, thanks, Average Jam. I really appreciate that. Glad you enjoy the YouTube stuff. Good to have you here for a live one. I think I was leaving in Valki earlier. Valki versus Stonecoil Serpent. Like Valki better than Snake. The play Valki can become Bernie Sanders. Or rather, it's just pretty mediocre when they put us on the draw. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they boarded it out. It's very good on the play, though. If I want Snake on the draw, it's just like a 1-mana 1/1. Could see that being okay. We played the white aggro matchup a couple of times. It feels like our deck's a little bit ahead, but obviously not unlosable if magic happens. I feel like Bonecrusher is probably one of our better cards in this matchup, so I think I can gamble keeping a hand that doesn't have a white source. Like even if we hit another land that's not a white source, we still get to play magic, right? Like Valkis and Bonecrushers do things for a while. Nah, I didn't end up playing a full draft, Seth. The couple limited matches I played remind me why I don't play that format. Perfect, never didn't have it. Really surprised they didn't play Selfless Savior out, because like that's one that's like good against Bonecrusher Giant, right? Because they just get to sack it. Showdown of the Scalds is actually really scary here. Oh, this is another target, isn't it? You can't sack it without another target. Okay, that's fair. Well, they could have gone white. No, that I would have stopped on a response. Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah, you're right. All right, so I get to use my newfound knowledge to kill this right away. Just pass, right? It could be right to stick the Lieutenant there, honestly. If they chop it down, I get a 2/2. I'm hoping they play the Maul, this Skyclave here, and then we chop down the Bonecrusher. Right, they're playing well. Curse you, opponent, continuing to make good decisions. Like, card for card, I feel like we're ahead right now, except for the Scald staring us down. The goodest of boys, chat. Pretty okay with them chopping down my giant like we did theirs. That gives us a window to stick to Lieutenant and have it go to work. Or 5 Vigilance will tower over this board. Hey, Dark Rain, thanks for the follow. Good afternoon. When they play the Scald series, they've already drawn a lot of their expensive stuff. So many spells they get with this. Another giant killer. That's unfortunate. I think I'm playing a land this turn. The way this game is gearing up, it feels like there's a very real chance that I want to cast Valki as Tybalt. Also, being able to stomp and play this in the same turn sounds good. Right, they can take their things larger here too. This card does everything. Oh, they're powering up the Selfless Saviors. That's interesting. I mean, what's there to really say about the impeachment trial, Lord Apollo? Like, what happened is exactly what anybody who's been paying attention for the last decade expected to happen. I don't know if there's really anything to say. When are we playing Raid today? We're gonna end on Raid, probably after this match. Wow, look at that auto tapper. Just like looking to rip both of my red sources out from under me. Yeah, I think we're dead here. I think the Scald, just everything from the Scalds, like, we could have beaten the cards from the Scalds, but, like, it's gonna end up stacking, what, like, 5 extra power on the board on top of drawing them 4? It doesn't seem like we're gonna be able to power through that. Stomp their giant killer. Maybe. I think I probably want to activate my killer this turn, because there's a good chance some mauls are coming down. Would Scalds be good in this deck to draw Winota? I think you could maybe put some Scalds in the mirrors for these creature matchups, but in general, I think Scalds is a good main deck card that Scalds is a good sideboard card that too many people are main decking in these aggressive decks. It's very easy to get caught up in a game like this where Scalds looks excellent and forget all of the, like, Scalds isn't a good card in these decks against the decks that are going long in this format. Because while this generates card advantage, it does not generate enough card advantage to keep up with Ugins or Emergent Ultimatums. So it's very good in matchups like this, but there's a reason why red-white aggro has been struggling, and mono-white aggro had a really good weekend this weekend. Stomp this to get rid of a Selfless Savior at least, but... feel like even Valki just doesn't do it here, right? We're just too far behind on board. Deck felt pretty okay overall. I think my one big takeaway from playing this list is that I'm not convinced that being in Mardu is necessarily what we're interested in doing. Like, the powerful thing that this deck was doing was definitely, like, this package. Like, in my mind, part of the question is, like, is Winota a good enough payoff? Was one of the questions I wanted to answer going into this set. And I feel like those games convinced me that, yes, she probably is. So... in addition to this build, I also put together this one, which has some other stuff going on in it too. Oh, this one's not playing Lieutenant. I might rethink what this deck is doing after playing that one a little bit before we play it. This has like warrior synergy down at the bottom with the warrior. That might also just be good too, just like plunking a bunch of warriors into play. This card is sweet in the Naya build though. Like getting to use this card to make everything +1/+1. So, but Brazzy, the big card that stood out in my mind after playing all those today was that Brassi's Lieutenant was really good, and like Winota into these two cards was good. Honestly, Blackbloom Rogue was like pretty serviceable as well too. I could honestly see going up to like 4 copies of this card, just like having another hit for Winota, so your like deck is more consistent that also gets to be a land was really impressive in those games as well. So remember, if you missed any of this, we've played 2 other decks in addition to this one today, so those will all be up on my YouTube channel this evening. But I'm going to be done with Magic for today. For the end of the stream today, we're going to be doing a sponsored segment for Raid Shadow Legends. Switched over to that.